Welcome to paradise. Welcome back to the channel. I'm at home. It's Sunday, May 1st. Before we talk about the next lake we're going to go to, I wanted to cover a few things from these first couple of videos because I'm kind of learning and getting into it. Well, first of all, as you can see, I've figured out I needed a haircut. Hopefully they didn't cut it too short, but so far it's always grown back. You know, when you get to be my age, every time you cut your hair you worry it's not going to grow back again, but so far I've been okay. The other thing you'll notice in the audio, you'll hear this a lot. Let me do it. I have a sinus condition, and I've had it for years, most of my life. And it's my way of keeping my passages clear, and I've done it so often that it's almost like second nature, like breathing. I don't even know I do it anymore. I will try to be conscious of it, but that's the noise you hear in the video a lot. I go anyway. The other thing is this audio with the wind. I mean, it was horrible. You couldn't even hear me talk once the wind started blowing. I still don't have my other mic that clips on here. These next two videos, the pre-fish and the tournament day, are probably going to be like that with this mic. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow, but up here, you know, asking for the wind not to blow this time of year, it's wishful thinking. Let's see, I had some other notes. In terms of the length, you know, that first one was over an hour. The second one is 30 minutes, which should be just about perfect. I didn't even try to do it in 30 minutes. I just put everything together that I thought should be in there, and it landed on 30 minutes. So in the future, I'm going to try to keep it around that number. If I get, say I have a day where I catch 15 fish, I can just selectively show the ones that I think are worth showing and not show every single fish I catch. On the flip side, maybe I catch 3. Then I can tell some stories in there, maybe about when I was in California, my early days of bass fishing. I've got a lot of stories I'd kind of like to share. They're fast, quick stories, but it's going to get tougher now because that lake is my home lake. So that pre-fish day, you know, I went out there, but I knew areas where bass are going to be during the pre-spawn, and all I was doing was trying to confirm that they had moved up at that point. You know, now I'm going to lakes that I have no idea what areas hold fish this time of year, so I gotta really capitalize on that pre-fish day. And so it's going to be tougher. I may not catch 9 bass in a tournament day again. We'll see. And the last thing was the scale and the fish scale. I struggled with that thing. It was brand new. I finally broke down and read the instructions. So it had a setting for pounds and tenths of a pound, and then pounds and ounces. I set it to pounds and ounces, so that shouldn't be an issue anymore. And the other thing is I kept putting the fish on and it wouldn't show the weight, and I figured out you have to wait. You push a button, you wait for it to stop blinking before you put the weight on there. So that should go a little smoother. I'm fishing a lake called Spirit Lake. It's less than an hour from here. It's the closest lake to me other than Ponderay. I've been there twice. Haven't been there in over 15 years. I don't like fishing small bodies of water. I just feel not because it's easier. I just feel like those fish get hammered. You know, there's only so many places that they can be, and if you're a local guy over there and you fish it all the time, you know right where they are. And it doesn't take many bass fishermen to beat up a lake. It's 1,500 acres, 1,500 surface acres. But I'm going to do it because I don't think anybody's gotten out there yet this year. The season is just now starting. We've got 60 degrees today. It's supposed to be, I think, in the low 60s the next few days. So people are going to just now start to fish these lakes. So if I get in there early, I feel like, you know, we get in, we get out. So tomorrow, which is Monday, May 2nd, I'm going to pre-fish it. Tuesday, I'm going to go back and do the tournament thing. And I want to show you a map. I pulled up a map on my phone. I have an app on here. It's the only map I could find, and I'll just kind of give you an idea what the lake looks like. So there's Spirit Lake. My recollection is the launch ramp is on this end. The blue is the shallowest water. The rest of it's deep. So there's not a lot of what I would call pre-spawn area. Both ends of the lake seem to be the most. What I'm gonna do is, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start in here. I'm gonna launch and I'm gonna work in here right by the ramp, and then this is the east shore. I'm gonna hit the little cuts. I'm gonna probably work the area down on the far end, which has an island. I'll work that, you know, pretty good, and then I'll come back the west shore back to the ramp. I should be able to do that, I think, in one day. So tomorrow, when we talk again, I will be right here in the launch area. I'll tell you about the water conditions and, you know, how we're gonna fish it. Okay, we're on Spirit Lake. There's one other bass boat on the lake. I didn't know he was in here. You launch right here, and then there's a road, and the water comes under the road. I think I saw it on the map, but anyway, it empties into this. Water's 50 degrees. I think I'm gonna pre-fish. I thought I was gonna be able to do the whole lake. I didn't realize you pretty much have a small lake within a lake right here. He's over there. This is a good time to mention my 100-yard rule. I don't fish closer than 100 yards from another bass fisherman. So I didn't know he was in here, or I probably wouldn't even have came in here, but he's down on that end. So I'm gonna kind of just survey the area on this end and stay away from him. So far, just kind of looking at the graph, there's not a lot of features here, but there's brush up along the bank. So the water's clear. I'm gonna throw the countdown minnow. Yeah, I'm gonna throw the countdown minnow. Try to establish something in here. I don't know how long I'm going to stay in here though, because I really had my sights set on fishing out there, but let's give it a shot and see what happens. It's about 9, a little after 9, so let's get started. Okay, I called an audible. This is classic Senko water and weather. Dead calm, a lot of brush up on the shore. I mean, I do really well in the spring just pitching this weightless Senko into the brush. So I'm gonna try that first and see if I get bit. If I don't get bit, I'm not confident with the horizontal presentations in here, because what I've noticed is there's nothing off the bank. It's just a flat bottom, no vegetation, no rock, no nothing. But these targets up here, I'm gonna try that, see if that works. I threw the Senko at all the targets in this part, didn't get a bite. There's a bass boat over here. I'm not going to encroach on that end. I have a feeling in a couple of weeks this place will have a lot of fish in it. I think it's just a little too early. We're going back out under the road there, and we're going to start doing, I guess, what my original plan was as far as the pre-fish. So let's go do that. Okay, so what I did was I was idling around, came under the road, idled around in the launch area, just really didn't like what I was seeing and feeling there. So I came out. If you look on the map,
it looks like from the launch ramp out, it's kind of narrow. Then it gets out here to the main lake and it widens. I'm right there at the widening part. And there's a lot of docks here. I'm gonna move up to shore and I'm gonna fish around these docks and see if I get anything there. I'm gonna throw the the sinking minnow and the Senko. So let's give that a try. Okay, so I fished this area here at the mouth, these docks. Didn't get anything. I moved kind of fast, but not while I was fishing. There was a college basketball coach in the 60s named John Wooden, and he coached the UCLA Bruins. He won more championships. I don't know exactly how many, but he has a record that'll probably never be broken. Anyway, he had all these cute little sayings, and one of his sayings was, "Be quick, but don't hurry." That's what I've been doing. So I cast the sinking minnow out there. I don't rush my retrieve. I take my time, but then when I get back in, I fire off another one, until I lose confidence. Then I grab the Senko, pitched it, let the Senko do its thing, sink down to the bottom, then get a bite, reel in, pitch fat, and after not getting anything, I'm going to go to what I said in the beginning. I'm going over to the eastern shore into these cuts, and I'm going to work my way all the way up to where the island is on the other end of the lake, and then work back there. I've only been out here less than an hour, but I've only got one day to figure something out, so I'm kind of moving fast, but not when I'm fishing. So let's go over there and give it a shot. Okay, here's the update. I fished on those cuts off the main lake on the east shore. I fished the first 3. I didn't get anything. I skipped the rest. The shoreline, it's like a sheer cliff, so there's no shallow water in there. You're a cast from the shore and you're sitting in 30 or 40 feet. It's just not really spawning type water, so I didn't waste my time with the other ones. It's 11:30. I'm in the end where I don't know if you can see the island. It's right there. So I'm on that end now, and I am going to spend several hours in here. Right now I don't have a bite, so I guess if you want to be a glass half full kind of person, I've eliminated a lot of water. So we're going to try this, see if we come up with anything here in this end of the lake. I think I told you at the beginning of this video about the time I was here, and I was fishing in a field, real shallow water. That's the field over here. It was flooded. It had, a little bit of water. I was throwing a frog back in there. Man, it was so much fun. It's 12:15. I don't have a fish yet. I had one tap on the sinking minnow, but I have no idea what it was. I'm going to keep at it. The water here is colder than when I launched this morning. It was 50 degrees over there. It's got to be warmer than that now, because the temperature's got to be over 50. Here it's 46. So I'm not giving up. I'm going to work this hard, and then I'm going to try to get back a little early, because I didn't really fish where I launched. I went in under the road there, but didn't really spend a lot of time in that whole area. So I got to make sure I have enough time when I get back there. I'm a big hockey fan, specifically a LA Kings hockey fan, and we surprisingly made the playoffs this year. We weren't supposed to, and our first game is tonight at 7. I got to be home for that. For those of you who watch Major League Fishing, I guarantee you whoever created that format, he or she is a big hockey fan, because hockey's the only sport where you have 3 periods. Major League Fishing, you have 3 periods. Hockey, you have 15-minute breaks between periods. Same with Major League Fishing. In hockey, if you violate a rule, you got to sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Major League Fishing, you got to sit for fish landing violation, 2 minutes. The trophy they hand out at the end of the year to the hockey champ is called the Stanley Cup. The trophy they hand out at MLF is the Challenge Cup, or they might have multiple names, but they all end in cup. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think whoever created that format is a hockey fan. And if anybody has any information, I'd like to know who his or her favorite team is. Okay, so I'm gonna keep fishing this area and see what happens. Okay, I'm dying out here. I fished the island area hard, didn't get anything. Now I'm on the west shore. I'm gonna work this cove here, and there's one more cove, and then I'm going back to where I launched. It's definitely warmer here. The water's warmer, so let's give this a shot and see what happens. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. I've had 3 bites, missed all 3. I'm back on the end of the lake that I launched from. It's between 52 and 53 degrees here. It got up to 47 there, so I'm gonna finish here and see if I can't put something together here pretty quick. Okay, I'm back home. Here's what happened. I put the camera away. I spent the last hour. You go under the bridge where the road goes over the water. You go in there. I went in there, I think, first thing this morning. There was another bass boat. I didn't want to encroach on his area, so I just fished a little bit and then I left. I fished that whole lake pretty much. And about 3:30, I got back into the area where the launch ramp was. I went back under the bridge. This time there was another bass boat in there, a different one, and he was in about the same place as the other guy, so it must be a pretty good spot. But I went past him all the way to the back, and it was 55 degrees. The water was 55 back there. It's about 2 to 3 feet deep. I put the camera away. I was just going to fish one more hour. I had the GoPro on. I had it turned off. I caught a smallmouth. I didn't get that a recording of that. And then I had a bite on the spinnerbait. I missed him. And then on the way out, I had about a 2 to 3 pound smallmouth. I lost him at the boat. I might have that on the GoPro camera. I don't remember. But I'm going back in there tomorrow. I'm going to fish in all day. I don't know if there's 7 hours worth of water back there, but I couldn't put anything together anywhere else. And I had 3 bites in about less than an hour back there. So there's a lot of docks all on one side. I'm going to pitch the Senko to all those docks. Hopefully there's nobody there early. I can cover all those docks because that's where everybody gravitates to the docks. And then I can go across to the other side and throw the spinnerbait. It's shallow water. It's not dirty, but you know, it's slightly stained. So that's the plan, and try to fish like 7 hours in there, because like I said, I don't have anything else. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow.